pretty awesome to have something like the EPlus that I can pull out of my backpack and charge up a dying or dead cell phone. The other day I had one that was on a red level low battery, and I plugged in the EPlus for about 10 minutes, and in no time at all I was back in the green and able to operate for several more hours doing my job. I am a desert tortoise biologist. The job I'm on now is a couple of big solar sites. We have to go four-wheeling out into the middle of the hinterlands to do our job, and we're sometimes away from the trucks for hours at a time, often for an entire day. We often encounter very poor and or spotty cell phone reception, which of course runs the batteries down on our phone considerably faster than it would be in a better coverage area. So there gets to be times during the day when our phones are critical for communicating between groups or about an animal that has been found or a switch in work plan, things of that nature, and a cell phone is dying. A colleague had her cell phone going down and dying. She was losing communication with the group, and I came upon her, and she explained that even her extra cell phone battery had been drained by the spotty coverage and poor service in the area. I plugged in her phone to the EPlus, and after just a few minutes of charging, she was back in action for several more hours. The biggest surprise for me using the EPlus is just how quickly the charge transfers from the battery pack to my phone. As I said, I've plugged it in a number of times, and most of those have been for short durations, just 10 or 15 minutes, and I am back in business. Safety is a big concern when we're out there working on our own in these rugged, remote areas. Of course, you want to be able to make sure that somebody knows where you are at the end of the day. And with a cell phone battery that's dying, you might not be able to do that if you need help or even if you want to let somebody know that you're fine. Having the EPlus in my backpack allows me the peace of mind to know that I'm going to be able to do that, whether it's call for help or let somebody know that I don't need a rescue as the sun is going down. And that's a big load off my mind as the batteries are dying in mid-afternoon. Something that I really appreciate about the EPlus is how rugged and durable the case is. I don't have the ability to be really careful with my gear a lot of the time. I have a lot of unwieldy and heavy objects that I have to carry in my backpack, like a big set of tree calipers and other processing gear sometimes, and I can just throw the EPlus in with all the rest of that, and it takes the abuse. Where we're working is a super high-dust environment, and I'm appreciative of the fact that the case is both rugged and completely dust-proof. Where I'm working, that is a really big deal.